Another morning in my home, and the snow is back. Winter does not quite want to let us go just yet, but I think it's time to start dreaming of spring and everything that comes with spring. The coffee is almost ready. Oh, it smells so good. I have not looked through this seed catalog for quite a few years now, and I used to buy the catalog every year, and this year I finally feel that it's time to look through it again. It is beautifully put together. It's the world's largest seed catalog, and the whole seed catalog from 2023 from rareseeds.com from the United States. And it is just gorgeous. The photography, the feeling that comes through in the pictures, in the photographs, and the plants themselves, they're absolutely gorgeous. So I've started going through the seed catalog, and I've started to dream about a garden again, which is something that I haven't done in 3 years. But now I feel that there's something within me that's telling me that it's time to start a garden again. And it's time to open the seed catalog and to look through it and to dream about what can grow from a tiny little seed. It's absolutely gorgeous. Long beans. These are Chinese red noodle beans, and I have grown these in the past, and they look like decorations when they are grown in the garden on an arched trellis, and you can walk through the trellis and they're just hanging down, and it is so gorgeous, so beautiful, and very tasty. Runner beans. Runner beans are also something that I've grown in the past. I've grown them in a teepee formation, and with 8 different poles coming together, and the beans have just grown up the poles and covered the entire teepee and filled it with just beautiful flowers. Beets. I've grown these candy sweet taste beets, as well as the Detroit dark red. Absolutely gorgeous. What else I had here? Flowers. Back in 2023, I was going to start focusing on flowers because as I had gone through the seed catalog, I was amazed at all of the different teas that you can make and all the different balms that you can make with the flowers. And so I had started a garden that was just going to be for flowers. And I actually grew, because I start everything from seed, and I actually grew a lot of the little seedlings. And I had hundreds of them back in 23. And they were all going to go into the ground. See what else I had here. More flowers. Look at this. These are celotias. And this corn. Look at those colors. The glass gem. I've never grown this type of, I've never grown corn, period. But I always dreamt that I would grow this one day. Different cucumbers. These are actually gherkins, and I've never grown gherkins. I have tried growing regular cucumbers, but I was never really successful with them. I always had the cucumber beetle beetles come in and eat all my little flowers before they actually became anything. Japanese eggplants, or eggplants in general. It was interesting because I actually grew 2 varieties of eggplants for a couple of years. One was the regular eggplant, what was it called? The Black Beauty eggplant. And then the other eggplant that I grew was I think it was called a fingerling eggplant. Let me see if I can find it here, because I bought it on this one here. Yeah, the eggplant, the regular one was Black Beauty, and then there was one that was like the Nagasaki eggplant, but I think it was called fingerling eggplant. At any rate, there was somebody, because I was growing my garden, this particular garden, I was growing it on a farm. I had rented some land. Actually, I'd rented 2 parcels. They were 25 feet by 65 feet each, and I had rows of raised beds. And so I had my shade plants, nightshades, which are peppers and eggplants. And there was somebody who was growing potatoes at another parcel that was not too far from mine. And he had an infestation of potato beetles, I believe it was. And the potato beetles seemed to enjoy my eggplants, and so they came over and they decimated my eggplants for months. And I thought, well, they're going to be the sacrificial plant, because so long as they don't eat out my peppers, because I had planted three pepper plants in the bed, and I think I had planted maybe 10 rows by 3. So I had 30 pepper plants, both chili peppers as well as sweet peppers. And in front of them, I had 6 rows of eggplants, 3 by 6. And so these potato beetles came in and they decimated my eggplants. The leaves were all chewed up. And I thought, well, they're going to be the sacrificial plant, and that's going to be that. So long as my peppers are going to be okay, I guess I will live without having any eggplants this year. And lo and behold, the potato beetles at some point decided that they no longer wanted to eat my eggplant leaves, and they left, and my eggplants did a complete recovery. The interesting thing was that I had thought I was going to have to pull them out and get rid of them, but I decided to leave them and let them be the sacrificial plant, which was a good thing. The other thing that I started growing in 2023 was ground cherries. I grew all the little seedlings, but I never got to put them in the ground. So this is 2026, and for the first time since 2023, I have a feeling that it's time to start looking through these books again, through these catalogs, and time to start planting again, to start growing things in the garden. Now my garden in this house is very, very small, so it will have to start out in pots, and we'll see how far we get. I have had success growing in some pots in the past, and so I will try that this year to see how it goes. But I'm going to have to start selecting seeds. I've actually ordered this catalog for this particular year, for 2026, so I'm waiting for its arrival, and I'll be able to select some seeds from it. I'm actually looking forward to this very much. Growing plants growing from seed, to me is absolutely, it's a miracle of life. I am really looking forward to this gardening season because it feels like I'm going to be starting fresh again in something that brings me so much joy and so much peace. It's September the 23rd of 2022, and the days are cooling off. The different gardens are coming to their end. This is my little spot here. Everything seems to have gone wild, including the weeds. And I am going to start preparing my garden for the winter. And I will do that by today taking out all of these tomato plants. They look good, but I'm going to take them out, pick all the green ones, and then cut the plants and clear them out. It's that time. It's kind of sad, and we'll see how the day goes with clearing these out. And maybe do some weeding. On the other side, my cherries are looking rather rough, and I'll be pulling some of those out too. I'll be cutting back these beauties over here and doing some weeding. I want to prep this for garlic, so I will do that today. So that's my goal for today. Clear this bed over there, this little bed, and this one over here. Pick all the tomatoes on this particular side and cut the plants and weed.